For nearly 7 decades, one award has stood above all others in world football, the Ballon d'Or. Created in 1956, it recognizes individual brilliance, leadership, and moments that define generations. From muddy pitches in Europe's early days to the global spectacle of modern football, this is the full story of every Ballon d'Or winner, from the very first to the most recent. If you enjoy deep football history, subscribe to Apex Real Sports, and remember to like, share, and comment to support the channel. Tier 1. The Early Pioneers, 1956 to 1969. 1956. Stanley Matthews. The journey begins in 1956 with Stanley Matthews of Blackpool, England. At 41 years old, Matthews proved that football intelligence, discipline, and sportsmanship could outshine youth and power. He was not just a winger, he was a symbol of professionalism and football's earliest era. 1957 and 1959, Alfredo Di Stefano. In 1957 and again in 1959, Alfredo Di Stefano claimed the Ballon d'Or. As the heartbeat of Real Madrid's dominance in Europe, Di Stefano was everywhere, scoring, creating, defending, and leading. He helped shape the identity of the modern complete footballer. 1958, Raymond Kopa. In 1958, French playmaker Raymond Kopa was rewarded after a stunning World Cup and club season. His creativity and intelligence made him one of the game's first true artists. 1960, Luis Suarez. Spanish midfielder Luis Suarez won in 1960, controlling games with elegance and precision. 1963, Lev Yashin. In 1963, football witnessed a moment that may never happen again. Lev Yashin, the legendary Soviet goalkeeper, became the only goalkeeper in history to win the Ballon d'Or. Nicknamed the Black Spider, he redefined goalkeeping forever. 1965, Eusebio. Portugal's Eusebio claimed the award in 1965. Powerful, explosive, and deadly in front of the goal, Eusebio symbolized African heritage and global excellence on football's biggest stage. 1966, Bobby Charlton. After leading England to World Cup glory, Bobby Charlton lifted the Ballon d'Or in 1966, a reward for leadership, goals, and loyalty to the game. 1968, George Best. In 1968, football crowned one of its most gifted and controversial stars. George Best dazzled the world with skill that seemed almost effortless, earning his place among the immortals. Tier 2. Total Football and Tactical Revolution, 1970 to 1979. 1970, Gerd Müller. German striker Gerd Müller won in 1970 after scoring goals with ruthless efficiency. He wasn't flashy, he was unstoppable. 1971 to 1973, Johan Cruyff. Between 1971 and 1973, Johan Cruyff dominated world football. As the face of total football, Cruyff was more than a player, he was an idea, a philosophy that changed football forever. 1974 and 1976, Franz Beckenbauer. Franz Beckenbauer redefined defending by winning the Ballon d'Or in 1974 and 1976. Elegant, intelligent, and commanding, he turned defense into an art form. 1978, Mario Kempes. Argentina's Mario Kempes captured hearts in 1978, leading his nation to World Cup glory and earning football's highest individual honor. Tier 3. Power, Technique, and Icons, 1980 to 1999. 1983 to 1985, Michel Platini. From 1983 to 1985, Michel Platini achieved something extraordinary: 3 consecutive Ballon d'Or wins. A midfield general with a striker's instinct, Platini ruled European football. 1988 to 1992, Marco van Basten. Marco van Basten won 3 Ballon d'Ors despite a career cut short by injury. His elegance, finishing, and iconic goals remain unmatched. 1995, George Weah. In 1995, history was made. George Weah became the first and only African Ballon d'Or winner. From Liberia to the world, his story inspired an entire continent. 1997, Ronaldo Nazario. Brazilian phenom Ronaldo won in 1997. Speed, strength, and skill combined, he changed how strikers were judged forever. 1998, Zinedine Zidane. After leading France to World Cup victory, Zinedine Zidane claimed the Ballon d'Or, elegance personified. Tier 4, Modern Football Era, 2000 to 2007. 2000, Luís Figo. Portuguese winger Luís Figo won in 2000, marking a new era of global football superstars. 2001, Michael Owen. In 2001, Michael Owen became England's last Ballon d'Or winner, powered by pace and deadly finishing. 2005, Ronaldinho. In 2005, football smiled again. Ronaldinho won the Ballon d'Or with joy, creativity, and magic that reminded fans why they fell in love with the game. Tier 5, Messi and Ronaldo, the greatest rivalry. From 2008 onward, football entered an era never seen before. 2008 to 2017, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi dominated world football for nearly a decade. Between them, they won the Ballon d'Or 10 times during this period, breaking records, redefining greatness, and pushing each other to impossible heights. Messi. Lionel Messi, the playmaker, the scorer, the genius, rewrote football history with a style built on intelligence and humility. Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, power, discipline, and obsession with excellence, became the ultimate modern athlete. Tier 6, the new chapter, 2018 to 2023. 2018, Luka Modric. In 2018, Modric broke the dominance. A midfield conductor, he proved that control and intelligence still matter. 2022, Karim Benzema. After years of sacrifice, Karim Benzema finally lifted the Ballon d'Or in 2022, a reward for leadership and consistency. 2023, Lionel Messi. In 2023, Messi claimed his historic 8th Ballon d'Or, completing the greatest individual legacy football has ever seen. 2024, Rodri, Manchester City and Spain. In 2024, football took a historic turn. For the first time in over a decade, the Ballon d'Or was won by a defensive midfielder, Rodri of Manchester City and Spain. Often described as the engine of his team, Rodri dominated matches not with flair, but with intelligence, control, and perfect decision-making. His influence was undeniable, playing a key role in Manchester City's dominance and Spain's success on the international stage. The 2024 Ballon d'Or proved that football greatness is not only about goals, it is about control, balance, and leadership. 2025, Ousmane Dembélé, Paris Saint-Germain and France. In 2025, football crowned a champion whose journey was defined by resilience, patience, and redemption. Ousmane Dembélé won the men's Ballon d'Or after a sensational 2024 to 2025 season with Paris Saint-Germain and the French national team. Once known mainly for raw talent and inconsistency, Dembélé finally delivered his full potential on the big stage. He played a decisive role as Paris Saint-Germain won their first ever UEFA Champions League title, becoming the creative force behind their historic triumph. With his explosive pace, intelligent movement, and match-winning contributions, Dembélé was no longer just a winger, he became a leader. The 2025 Ballon d'Or symbolized football's belief in growth, maturity, and second chances. From promise to fulfillment, Ousmane Dembele's rise in 2025 marked one of the most inspiring chapters in modern football history. From Stanley Matthews in 1956 to Ousmane Dembele in 2025, the Ballon d'Or tells the complete story of football's evolution across generations, styles, and eras. Every decade produced its heroes. Every era redefined greatness. Who do you believe truly deserved the Ballon d'Or the most? And who do you think was unfairly overlooked? Subscribe to Apex Real Sports, like, share, and comment, and stay connected as we continue to celebrate the legends, the moments, and the stories that define world football.